Good morning. I didn't sleep much again. It is now 6:20. The run start off time is 7:50, so we're gonna get moving. At least this time I got a little bit of sleep, so yeah, it's time to hit to the racetrack. So hoping to do better this run. I am not a fan of driving in the morning. That's why I'm also taking the public transport there. Taking some electrolytes from MyProtein just before the race. A little bit of pre-workout, but so I'm here with Wayne and Nelson. We're gonna start a run. Let's go and get trashed.
Nicely enough.
Where's your pre-workout? That one.
This one?
Sub 50. Everybody sub 50. Sub 50. Can on Nelson. Go with this.
And you, as participants, well, it's not quite a first step, it's 10K for this group in front of me, 5K.
Alright, we made it back home. This is like the post-run, what you're watching right now. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to record this because I think talking about the race is really boring. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the race and a lot more about like what's going on with my fitness life and my corporate and everything else in my life. Okay, so the race started off like as usual, but the problem with this race was that it started off at 7:50 a.m. So normally races start before sunrise and you won't get the morning heat, but in this race, halfway through we were like running through the sweltering sun. The good news is that I had a little bit more sleep, so this was probably a better race for me than the last one. I actually hit a PB, so I'll tell you the time later. But yeah, the start was a bit chaotic as usual. I think we wasted a few minutes here just like trying to skirt through everybody, and that got my heart rate a bit up as well. But what I really love about this race was that there was actually a sub 50 10km group, so that was what I was aiming for. I know I'm capable of that, but it's just that I don't do a lot of aerobic training. So I've been asking my friends, right, like why do you think, like I have some of my good runner friends, like they run a lot more than me. I don't really run that often. I have a full-time job if you haven't realized, and like aside from that I also train strength every day. So if I'm only training an hour a day, I don't really have enough time to do like an hour of running. So most days I only run like 2 to 3 km. I run every day, but my mileage is really not a lot. So I'm very good at like the 3 to 5 km distance, the 2.4 km distance. But when it comes to like 10 km runs, I don't train for it. I don't even know how I did my half marathon. So based on the extrapolation of my half marathon time, like in the previous video, my 10 km time should be about 50 minutes. So that's what I was aiming for. I was close. But it was just not a really good day for running because it was just very hot. It's also just a fun run. I don't really treat this very seriously. A lot of my priority right now is also talking about like my life goals right now. I'm kind of more interested in I don't know, my career and also like doing content. I don't really see myself as an athlete anymore. Like when I was younger, when I was 21, 22, I wanted to compete like for Singapore. I wanted to do all these things. But I realized that like I have to be realistic, right? I have to make sure that I'm financially stable and everything else. And if you check out my other channel and what I'm doing on my LinkedIn, I try and hustle in my corporate life as well. A lot actually. So fitness to me right now is just more of a passion thing. I still maintain, like I try to maintain certain standards for myself, but I also know that I'm growing older. So I see myself more as like doing content. I try to collab more people. It's been a long time since I did content, okay? Like about doing TikToks and Reels, it's kind of corny to me because I'm not so used to doing it. I remember doing it when I was young, when I was like 21, 22, but I'm pushing 30 right now, and I just don't think I'm in the same headspace to do like very meme and funny and corny and sometimes cringy Reels, but I gotta do what I gotta do for the views. You might be asking, why am I doing content? Well, I think content is one of the easiest platforms for you to make money and make a name for yourself. Even if you're doing any kind of corporate work, as long as you do it in line with your branding. Even if you're doing engineering, dentistry, if you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, I think doing content can never be a bad thing as long as you do it in the right way. So I'm a very big proponent or advocate for content creation, and I've been doing it since like I was 16. So I'm 29 now, pushing 30, right? So it's been a long time, and I always believe that that's something that people should do. So about this race, right, there was the 50 km pace group, which was a 5 minute per km pace. They were running with the pink balloons. I started off so late, I couldn't even see them. So it took me a long time to just catch up with them, and I was running at like 4:30, 4:40 pace for the first 5 km. My Strava says that I did my first 5k in 24 minutes, which was actually on pace for a sub 50. The issue here was that it was really hot, and I always die out at 5 km mark. Like, okay, not really at 5 km mark. The longest I can go is like 6 to 7 km, and then I just like gas out. Also because I just don't do that kind of distance training. A lot of my training priority right now is just to see if I'm doing content. A big goal of mine would be to just like look good, be aesthetic, be strong. So that's my primary goal right now. I'm going to shift back my focus into like strength and aesthetics, and then I just want to be the big strong guy that does a high rocks and like looks good doing a marathon or whatever I'm doing. Like, that's kind of my priority right now. And then because I know that I'll never be a like elite runner. I could when I was like very, very young. I mean, I have like I did like C division, B division, A division. I did the whole schooling track and field thing and cross country thing, and I won when I was younger, but like that is like eons ago. So right now I'm just transitioning into just my career, content, branding, and
so at this point we finally reached the 5 km mark, and this is where I actually saw Wayne again. He was just running by me and I was like panting and trying not to die.
Wave by him here. I'm gonna put a clip here, but that was how fast that 5 km group was going, because Wayne was running at 47 minutes pace, and that 5 km pace group was actually going, I think, at 450 pace per km. So in this run, I was running with my friend Wayne and Nelson, but we all have different goals. Wayne is trying to break his PB, which is 47. I was trying to go 50, and Nelson used to be a good runner. He was like at 43, but he's right now, they're both dads, which I really respect, okay? One day, hopefully I'll be a dad as well, but like, what I can appreciate about that is that they have a full-time job. They have to send their kids to church right after this, and then they are still hustling and juggling with their fitness. And it's something that I want to be able to do as I transition to this like 30s stage of my life. I don't even know whether I'll have kids because I'm currently not married, but I mean, that's the goal. I mean, to balance my life out at least. And then Wayne was slightly ahead of me. He at the 5 km mark, I actually waved. Other than that, I just kind of walked again the last 2 to 3 km, but we finished with a time of 52 minutes, which honestly is not that bad. I'm quite proud of myself still for finishing it, because like, okay, I do have some people commenting and saying like, oh, you train so hard and only got 52 minutes 10k. I do get this kind of hate comments, okay, to be fair, but I think about it this way, like, at least I'm showing up in the morning and running, okay? You're not, and you're not my weight, okay? Like, I don't really know a lot of people who are my weight who are running like close to 50 minutes for 10 km. And even if you did, right, I think that people who are doing these things would appreciate that it is not that easy. Life comes with a lot more struggles when you grow older, and yeah, I'm just trying to balance my life out. I also do a lot of strength training and a lot of other stuff in my life. So quite happy with this run. I think it was a decent time. I'll try and break 50 again. But my main goal is actually to do a sub 25 km in a park run, which I'm going to be trying to attempt soon, because I'm much better at 5 km runs, and I'm also going to be doing a 2.4 km. I'm going to try and do 8:30 for that. My PB for 2.4 was 8:17. I actually think I can do that right now. Actually, my sprinting and my top end speed is quite fast. My anaerobic kind of crash core training is pretty good. I just suck at this kind of like 10 to 20 km runs, and I just do it more for, I don't know, sometimes sponsors invite me and I just want to do it, and it's just something fun, you know, like I want to try a marathon, something fun. But yeah, I think the main more of the story is just keep fit, balance your life, and I don't really know what I'm doing with this whole content thing also. I know that like talking authentically on camera doesn't really get a lot of views. I need to do like trendy kind of like corny stuff, which I am going to be doing on shorts. But this long form content is also just for people to really like know another side of me, and just brush up on my like speaking skills, and if anything else, it's just a way to document my life. It's like a vlogging thing, okay? I don't really do this for the views, clearly.
So this was the last stretch. I think it was the last 400 meters. We were crossing the bridge back into the end zone, but I was really blocked because it was a single file and I couldn't really sprint here, and at this point I just wanted to finish it, so I just followed this guy and it didn't really matter anyway. I could definitely go a bit faster here, but yeah, I didn't want to just run through people. I think what's really amazing is that like I can see that the Singapore running community is really inclusive. Compared to like the lifting community, I generally prefer going to running events, because I think one part of it is that it's a lot more accessible. Anybody can run, but not anybody could have the technicalities to do lifting. And you can see that there are a lot of people here for the 5 km fun run. There's even an 800 meter fun run after the 10 km. So it was a really crowded day. There were pads, there was a lot of booths, and yeah, this was the final stretch. So the track opened up a little bit here, and I just did a final burst to finish. Okay, so we just finished our run. That was incredibly bad because I walked the last 2 km.
So hot, man.
Yeah, I do understand. Like, we started off a bit late because it was congested, and then I tried to keep up with the 50 minutes pace group, but I think they were going a little bit faster than that. So I gassed out, and then once I gassed out, I think I walked the last like 1-2 km. So pretty bad, but we got it done. So race recap. See you next time. Bye. Pow.